They are invincible, undeniable, and two-time Super Bowl champions. Welcome to the 20th episode of the Indiana Chiefs Fan Podcast, where we talk about our favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs. I am Golden Jay. Yes, I'm still Golden Jay. And with me, as always, three-time podcasting favorite. That's right, three times. Then three-time podcasting favorite, Chico Noise, and one-time podcasting favorite. We call him the Chief, Phil Jordan. I actually need to shorten that down just a little bit. There, Phil. Welcome, gentlemen. Now that I fucked up that whole entire intro, we're rocking this. But gentlemen, this is our 20th episode, and it's an extremely special episode for us tonight because our guest is the one and only KC Mike. What's up, buddy?
What's up, fellas?
We're
welcome.
Glad that you are here with us tonight. You don't even know. I've been Facebook stalking you for the last few days. and I wanted to bring up something real quick, just right off the top. Did your image get used in a post or an ad about somebody who was bitching about the Chiefs fans out there?
Oh no, not just somebody. Not just somebody. You guys don't know who Dave Portney is?
Yeah, they just posted on him the other day that he hates the Chiefs.
The guy from Barstool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know him. I know him.
He hates us. He hates the Chiefs. I mean, undeniably, and he really hates Travis Kelce a lot.
Why? Because he's so
for
good.
him to use my picture when he says he hates Chiefs, oh, that just made my day. I cannot stand him. He's got that typical Bostonian just attitude.
Yep.
And it just made my day. But yeah, he did.
I saw that and I thought, man, that's a good picture of him, Mike.
Hey, you should get him on copyright or something. Say, hey, you owe me money.
Hey, that was the Raider game last year. That was a good picture.
It was a good picture, man. You were all done up. You had all your crew right next to you, and it made it look good.
So, hey, KC Mike, I went to one game when I lived in Pasadena to the Raiders. This was back in the 80s before they really had rules for the stands. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I would have went with my red, and, man, I got pelted, beer done. I was like 16, man. I was just a kid, basically. Dude, they pelted shit at us and dumped beer on us, cursed at us. I'm like, dude, I'm just here to watch a game, and I'm a teenager, you know? I mean, it was I told Jeremy and Gunner, I'll never go back again to any Raiders home stadium without a posse. It was just me and my friend.
Right. Yeah, I didn't hit any Raiders games when they're in LA because I think I was overseas that when they went back up north. Yeah. I went to Oakland and it was
that's where I went. That's where I was at the Oakland. Yeah, this is in the mid 80s.
Yeah, Oakland, yeah. I went there a couple times. Thing is, you still feed into their crap, and then they don't got you. That's my thing. If they want to come at me for a football game, let them.
Well, I was a smart ass teenager, so that we're invisible as a teenager. You know that you can't get shot, killed, stabbed. You know, none of that'll ever happen.
Right?
Yeah,
that's like a 21-year-old military guy.
True that.
See, I was going to go a little different, a smart ass teenager to a smart ass old man. So, I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, according to that person in security, I was a smart ass stealing man.
There you go. Which reminds me, as we talk about the Raiders fans and all that, how important fans first is at Arrowhead Stadium. Yeah. And I'm always totally amazed, I guess, at the fandom that we actually have in Arrowhead, and how they really embrace a lot of the other teams' fan base as they come into Arrowhead. It does me Oh, it makes my heart full to know that the fans of Arrowhead are, they're still fans, but yet, they do show a lot of what's the word I'm looking for here?
Camaraderie,
Support.
Support for the other team. So,
Yeah, well, it's just support of the fan bases.
Yeah.
It's when I fly to Kansas City, and when I always fly by myself. When I'm sitting in the airport, I see people of other fan bases going to the Chiefs, dads and their sons, and small group. And it's like, I'll tell them where to go. Hey, come to our tailgate. It's not about separating. It's about having a good time at a football game. It don't matter what team you're with.
Yep.
It's about football, and it's about having a good time and enjoying the people you're with.
Yeah, like we've already said, we're a fan of the game, but we're Chiefs fans.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
For sure. Even if it's a Canadian Bills fan, we still talk to him and have a good time.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, it's matter of fact, there were not a lot of Jaguars fans at this game. Obviously, I wouldn't go to a game where, I think my team's gonna, kind of suck.
Well, honestly, me and my wife both looked at each other and said, we can name a person in every fan. We don't have any friends that are Jags fans. Huh. We don't have one Jaguars friend. We have friends in every single fan base.
Right, except for them.
Except for Jaguars. Yeah.
I mean, they were good when they started, but long story short was when I always scan the crowd, kind of see, what the ratio of Chiefs fans to the road team, and I barely saw any. The Bills fans always travel heavy. Raiders fans, they travel heavy, San Diego, not so much, I would say not anymore. And Denver is in between heavy and medium.
San Diego doesn't even travel well to their own stadium.
Well, that's because they moved up to LA and they're trying to reestablish a fan base. What stupidity.
Negative Ghost Rider. When they were in San Diego, we owned that fan base.
Oh, I know. That shit's awesome. I never went to a game down there, so
it was great. It was a lot of fun.
So
the tailgating, the parking, everything was just awesome. It was a little medieval, looked like a prison, but it was fun.
Hey, are you sure we're not talking about Oakland again?
No. Oakland was a toilet. This one was a prison. Oakland. When you have the Chiefs media people posting pictures of taping cups to the roof in the media room, that's when you know the stadium's getting bad.
Wow, that was San Diego. Stadium?
No, that was Oakland.
Oh, Oakland.
That was Oakland.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no, San Diego was cool, dude. San Diego, you could buy parking spots, and when I say buy a parking spot, you could pay if you called the stadium, you could pay $73 and get a parking spot that would be yours till game time.
Nice.
And it was 1.5 times wider than a regular parking space.
Well, that's badass.
Nobody knew about them. Dude, we used to party.
Not no more.
San Diego was flat. Yeah, now SoFi gets mad, and our tailgate was so big last year, that our spot was up by the front. They moved our entire tailgate to the back of Pink Lot because we had too many Chiefs friends in front of SoFi.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, they moved our entire tailgate to the back of the Pink Lot.
That's bullshit.
That's how deep we run on the West Coast. Dude, there are chapters out here. And when we roll, I mean, our tailgates are hundreds and hundreds deep. You guys got to come out. If you guys come out, I'll show you guys around. It'll be fun.
That's my bucket list. My bucket list is to see games in every stadium. And of course, if you're going to go to a stadium, you might as well go see the Chiefs play there.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to a stadium if they're not playing, unless it's like super.
Hey, let me know. You guys come. It'd be great to see you guys out here.
Oh, we'd love it. We'll have to work something out. Probably not this season. Maybe something next year. Be a good time. We'll get Phil on a plane.
Yeah, baby.
All right, you boys, let's talk about this last weekend's game. It is the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars, where we schooled them, I do believe, 27-17. And what was probably the second most relaxed game I've watched this year besides the 49ers game.
And Arizona.
Well, yeah, the Arizona was pretty good too. But I was just so kicked back after my long weekend of travel with the San Francisco game that I remember just kind of laying there staring at the TV going, I have no worries. We're going to win this game. Our QB number one went 26 for 35 for 331 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Which let's talk about the interceptions for just a second. Was it a little in front of Kels there, and it kind of got bounced around? Am I thinking right here? I gotta make sure I remember these things. I watched the game twice now, so
I've only watched it live once, and I only got through half of the game so far.
Right on.
I'd hope when we got back home. So
maybe that was the Tennessee game I watched twice. I don't know. You get to watching so many different games.
I watch them when they're on, so I start interchanging them. I'll watch this one like back to back, and they get interchanged.
Well, I found
it seemed like it.
I found that watching them live in person is great. I love being there, but I miss things, so I like to come back and watch them again when I get home. And this was a prime game, that Tennessee game, of going back and rewatching it and thinking that, everybody was just so out of sync, but you go back and rewatch it and just kind of take it all in, and the big mistakes that you thought were going on weren't necessarily as big as you anticipated while you were there, in the moment.
No,
I'm gonna give Jacksonville kudos on one thing. The first play of the game. I'm gonna tell you that onside kick was a great call.
That was smart.
I always call it out. The other team does something great. To me, when they did that, I'm like, oh snap, that just happened.
Especially after we take the ball, which is a rarity.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a smart. You had nothing to lose.
Yeah, I thought that was.
But back to the Tennessee game. In all honesty, if you take away 4 plays, that game might not be that close.
Right.
If you take away maybe 4 plays that put them in a position to where they can run the ball with Henry, and then, Malik was using his legs a little bit. But, honestly, you take those 4 plays away, and it starts looking like the second half.
Yeah.
Would they have the second half, like 40, 50 total yards?
Well, Henry only had 23 yards.
I'm trying to think of the stats of that game. Sorry, it was out of my cranium.
It was meagle. It was nothing.
I want to say it was like 70 some odd yards of offense the entire second half.
Yeah, it wasn't much. Yeah. Is Chico, you Googling that, are you?
No, I'm just looking. Doesn't really break it down like that, but
it's what, and if we would have plugged those holes a couple times, they wouldn't have got those long runs, and then that doesn't put them in position to where they can use Henry. Once they get down in towards the end zone, they're going to give it to Henry, or he's going to do them little shuffle passes or something.
Right.
But once we kept them on their side of the field, they couldn't do it.
Nope. That's why I said it was kind of reminiscent of that playoff game. We didn't quite, fall down 24-0, but after halftime, they were shut out. They were shut down. Game over.
Oh yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. Next game. Our defense. As everyone knows, I've always said I want a middle of the road defense this year. They've given up a lot of big plays here and there, but man, I tell you what, when we needed them this year, they've been there. They've helped the offense out. They're helping the offense out even more than they did last year and the year before. It's starting to show.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people are putting that on the defense right now. Our defense is playing good.
Yeah,
and you gotta think in that span of time where we played good and we had our ups and downs, Willie Gay was gone for 4 games. Frank Clark's been gone for 2 games.
Yep.
Trent McDuffie's been gone for, and look at him. He's locked down.
He's looking
Can you
so
imagine
good.
if we would have had him in them other games as far as locking down them other receivers? Then we could focus more on that run game, and they wouldn't get that run game as bad. You know what I mean? Get as many yards. But I mean, it's only the what?
I was trying to think. Who was I talking about last week? Dunlap, number 8. Man, that beast. I mean,
Mr. 100.
Like, yeah, I was like, wow.
Yeah, did you, Phil? Did you realize that the sack he had on Trevor Lawrence was number 100 for him in his 13 season career?
Yeah, they put it up on the jumbotron, I believe. But
right on.
Either way, yeah. I mean,
but
Dunlap's a beast.
You know, we've not been a complete defense yet with everybody on the field, and now the NFL better get ready, because you're getting back in the second half of the season a healthy, rejuvenated, pissed off Frank Clark that could not be with his teammates because his court case didn't get settled for over a year. You don't think he's pissed off? And he's coming. You get a healthy Frank Clark in the second half of the season. Oh, watch out! And now you got Kalafdis. What's he have? Five pass deflections. Yeah. I think he leads the NFL.
Yeah,
I think he leads the NFL in 5 pass blocks.
Well, we were talking on another podcast that it's like the NFL is watching the Chiefs, right? And they're like, all right, well, season started. You're out 4 games. All right, you're out. Well, now he's back. You know what? Now we need to take out Clark. You're out. Oh, yeah, Bucker. Now that you're kicking all these awesome field goals right after the game, go take a PED test. It's like,
right?
It's like, come on, man. Come on. You know, what else are you going to do to our defense or to our offense?
How about throwing the refs?
Oh, don't it?
You know what I'm saying? But you know what?
That was my big thing today.
I like their mentality that, like they said, they got to play above the refs.
Yep.
They can't be in the position where they let the refs make that kind of, our defense is oh my God, our defense is going to get scary. They're young.
Yeah.
They're determined. They're playing for each other. This is exciting. I mean, they're only going to get better. And these teams, and they're only going to get better going into the second half of the season. Everybody else is getting beat up. Players are going out, hamstrings, all that kind of stuff. And our team, it seems like, is just getting healthy going through.
Man, and our new receiver, Tony. I mean, shit.
Right.
Now, Juju's probably going to be out at least 1 game. This guy, he's going to he's going to live up to the hype as long as we keep him healthy.
Exactly. And I hate to lose Juju, but you know what? When I heard that, and then after seeing Tony, my stomach didn't sink.
No.
Normally, if it would have been Tyreek going out, I would have been, oh, man, we're screwed.
Isn't it nice not having Tyreek as a one-man receiving core? I mean,
and you know what?
We've all talked about it. Me, Jeremy, Chico. It's better to have 5 receivers that you can count on than 1.
Stop it.
Or 2. I mean, where's your baby? I hear him barking.
Oh, mom's coming in the door. He's a butthead.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my husky. He likes.
Oh, that's right. I saw the picture. Yeah.
He's an asshole.
He would fit right in here then.
He would. I've never met a dog that's a complete dickhead. And when we got more time, I'll tell you about
it. All right. But back to your point, having a receiving core that's more than 2, we talked about it in length in previous podcasts, and you can go into some detail. I think, Jeremy put it best. It was the best thing that ever happened to the Chiefs.
I agree.
We were
by subtraction.
We were so focused on the long ball and his speed that we threw down the field repeatedly over and over and over again. And when they traded him, and initially for me it was that shock. It was like, oh shit, we traded Hill. But the more I got to think about it, the more I thought maybe now we can get back to the actual essentials of the game and getting 10 yards getting a first down, and not worrying about whether we're going to throw an 80-yard pass to Tyreek. I mean, those plays are great and exciting. Don't get me wrong, man. I've been in the stadium and seen it happen, as well as you guys have. But there's when you focus on that every single play, I was more excited that he was. And I hate to say this, and it's mean because, Tyreek gave us a lot of good years and a lot of great games, but I was excited that he was leaving so we could actually get back to utilizing the receivers and the things that we have.
Well, if you look at Mahomes' stats right now, I think they're higher than they've ever been with Tyreek.
Yeah, they are. But I hate to say it, but Tyreek was becoming a crutch for Pat.
Yeah.
It was more of a crutch because he could he always knew that he could throw it up and Tyreek would be there and this and that,
Yeah,
but
it's like that meme that said, fuck it, he's back there somewhere.
Yeah, that only lasted for a couple of years.
Right.
But now Pat says, okay, I don't have Tyreek. So, but he's like, but now I can open it up. Yeah. And now even the underneath break into longers. The yards after catch are tremendous. He doesn't have to, he's getting the yards.
Yep.
But he doesn't have to do it all in one throw.
Right.
Now he's getting it in, with a little bit of legs, throwing that throw, and then letting his guys, make their money and show what they can do.
Yep.
I couldn't agree more. But
and it's great to see.
Let's take a quick peek at this Jacksonville game. So Kelsey for 6 receptions, MVS for 3, Tony for 4, McKinnon for 6, Juju for 2, Noah Gray for 2, Watson for 1, Fortson for 1, and Sky Moore for 1. I mean, good Lord, that is 2 hands full of receivers that he's thrown to in just one single game. This is not a season. This is a single game.
Yep.
I mean, it just opens it up. Kelsey 81, MVS for 60, Tony for 57. Good God, man. Welcome to the Kansas City fucking Chiefs, baby. We're happy to have you here.
and if I'm not wrong, I think 10 players have caught touchdowns. 10 different players have caught touchdowns.
You're probably right. I mean, it's spread around, definitely. But I tell you what, the game I liked the most, and I know we're getting out of Jacksonville real fast, was Kelsey's 3 touchdowns with 25 yards receiving.
No, that's 4 touchdowns. Come on.
Or four, sorry.
Come on. Maybe you want to
count, Bill.
You should call Lamar and see if you can.
Up,
call Lamar.
Hey, shut your pie hole.
What's the matter, you, Bill?
I'm just saying, will anyone ever break that? I don't know.
I doubt it. There's no way that anybody could do that.
I do want to touch on, you guys have talked about McDuffie a little bit.
Killing it.
I want to do what?
Killing it.
Let me when we got into the season and McDuffie went out early, first game went out on IR, and for the past 8 games all I've heard was we can't wait to get him back. We can't wait to get him back. I gotta admit, man, I was on the fence there because it's like everybody was talking him up, and we really haven't seen him perform in the NFL yet. That being said, fuck yeah, dude, man, he killed it during for that game, and I think that everybody who was talking about him for the last few games coming back, I think we're definitely dead on with that opinion.
He was killing in training camp. And the problem was, and I love my Chiefs, and we got the best one in Rick Buckholter, but I think they pushed him back too soon on the hamstring from camp, and that's what put him out. And then that's why it worked. It could not have worked out any better for them to hold him out the 49er game, have the bye week, let him get 2 full weeks of practice.
Right.
So he's not like going out there, they put him in the 40. That's his first week. He's kind of getting the rust off. No, he got 2 weeks of full practice, and this kid's a stud. He is so – you can see it in his interview. Watch his interview. He doesn't sound like a rookie. If you do it, listen to his interview, and he sounds like a vet, and he's that kid's gonna be something special. You watch.
Well, hopefully we can hold him in Kansas City for a long time. because I was super impressed with watching him actually get thrown at in this Jacksonville game. And I mean, he got torched on one play, which torch is really a
was a
bad
tweener.
word. Yeah.
That was a tweener play, though.
It was
and
a what?
If anybody else doesn't lay out for that play like straight up Superman, that's an incomplete, and everybody's giving him props. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That player that made the catch made one
Kirk.
hell of a play.
Yeah.
One hell of a catch.
Yep. Yeah, like I say, there was no matter how there was no way to defend it. I mean, like I said, torch was probably the wrong word to use there, but he got beat on one, but that was it. It was like, okay, I got it figured out now. Here we go. And he definitely proved that the rest of the game. So I take back any bad thoughts I had about McDuffie about whether he could play or not, because he's definitely a baller. So I'm excited.
Dude, he's only going to get better.
Yeah,
he's only going to get better, man. I can't wait to see where this kid goes.
We get through this. We got through the first part of the season. Now we got a healthy defense, and it's just going to go crazy from there. I like that theory. Pikachu. I like to call him Pikachu because he's electric. But Isaiah Pacheco.
So Mike, our very first one of our very first episodes, he couldn't pronounce.
Oh, I couldn't pronounce it. Yeah, I couldn't pronounce it. So it's called Pikachu.
So we've been keeping that theme up of calling him Pikachu and then going back to Pacheco.
Yeah. He had a good week this week against Jacksonville. Put up, what was it? Come on, Chico. What is it?
Oh, 82.
Oh,
82 rushing yards or
16 carries for 82 yards. Yep. Sorry, man. You do too long.
You're good. It's right there. It's right there.
But did you guys see the difference between him this week and last week?
Yes.
I think he's only going to get better. He's slowing down. I honestly think as he goes on week by week, I think the game's going to slow down for this kid, because unlike, I hate to say it, but Clyde irritates me because he doesn't see the hole. He never sees the cutback lane. He doesn't see the hole. This kid, he'll see it, but his legs are moving so damn fast. He might see it. He just can't change direction to get there. You know what I mean? But I think once he slows down and he starts seeing like the cutback lanes, and he starts slowing those feet down a little bit and trusting his blockers, and because he's a bulldozer, and he's quick, and that's why I said, I hate to say it, but Clyde might be out a little bit. Clyde might be on the outer ring.
Well, I mean, they had Clyde in, I think, for a couple plays, he dropped 2 passes, I think.
But the problem is that Pac can do everything Clyde can do.
Oh,
and
I'm not disagreeing. I'm agreeing with you that he might be on the way out, but
because I mean, you got to figure what Pac's like 6 inches taller, and I want to say he's 8 or 12 pounds heavier. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you stretch somebody this way and you give them some more weight, you can beat some people up.
And what the hell's up with number 2? What the hell's his name? I got his
Rojo, free Rojo.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Rojo I don't know what happened with him. I wanted to see him on the field because he can do it all too. He's a 3-down back.
We've been talking about that this whole season, and they're like, are they just waiting to put him in fresh, or what the hell are they doing? I have no clue. They're not releasing him.
He asked for a release.
I know he asked, but they said no.
I don't know, unless they're worried about getting down into the playoffs and not having enough backs.
That's the only thing that comes to mind to me, or trade capital maybe for something. I don't know.
Yeah, but now it's too late.
No, next year.
Year. Yeah, I don't know. I've been a Rojo fan since the day we signed him.
Yeah, well, he hadn't been on the damn field yet, but I don't know what they're thinking.
Nope. But we have to get this run game going. If we get an established run game, everybody better watch out.
Yep.
Well, I think holding Pacheco out and kind of keeping him back and letting Allaire kind of do his thing at the very beginning and letting Pacheco learn the game I mean, it's proven to be a very positive thing for us right now, and it proved it in this Jacksonville game. And I think that, like you said, he's starting to slow down. He's starting to see his holes. He's starting to learn the game in the NFL compared to what it was like in college. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. We've been excited about the run game the whole entire season. I mean, I was a big Gordon fan. I liked Gordon. I wish they wouldn't have. I wish they could have worked something out with him. But
Are you talking about Flash Gordon?
Flash, ta-da!
Ah.
I wanted to see him do good.
I wanted to see him do good, but to me, he let me down. I mean, or the Chiefs didn't use him the right way. I don't know. He wasn't.
He just couldn't get on the field.
Yeah, I don't know.
We had way too many young and upcoming guys coming up that poor Flash couldn't get on the field.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
MVS scores his first Kansas City Chief touchdown.
Along with who else got their first Chiefs touchdown?
I don't know. I'm talking about MVS right now. I'm not talking about any fucking body else. I'm talking about MVS.
Yeah, MVS is about ready for me to beat my head against the wall.
Not a big MVS fan.
I'm a big MVS fan, but the problem is that he's got brick hands this year.
Your audio went off a little.
Yeah,
bit.
we gotta change your audio up a little bit.
Are you there?
Yeah, well, I can hear you, but you went really tinty.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like no.
Oh.
It sounds like you're talking with a little bit of helium. Maybe disconnect and reconnect to the meeting.
Think that'll do it?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you're
better.
good.
There you
You're
go.
good.
There you go. All right.
Now you're back.
So
Go
you're
ahead.
talking about MVS having brick hands.
He's had too many, not to say brick hands, but I have a lot of Green Bay fans that are friends, and he had a case of the dropsies last year too.
Right on.
And this year he's had too many hit him square in the hands.
Yeah.
Too many.
Well, and let me ask you this:
But he's young. But he is young. It's all fixable.
Yeah, is that about changing quarterbacks too and getting a feel for your quarterback and the way they throw, the speed they throw? I mean, could that play into it?
I would have to say no, only because Aaron Rodgers throws a very hard ball. He can zing it in there, and he throws one of the best deep passes, just like Pat. I mean, Rodgers can throw a lot of the same passes that Pat throws. But again, last year, MVS had drops. He had quite a few drops last year.
Right on.
Speaking of which,
say again.
Go ahead.
I'm just hoping that again he's young, and it's fixable. You get the wide receivers coach, and like anybody else, you can always change your game.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna hire me for the receiving coaching next year since. Hell, if they could put what the hell's that guy?
Jeff Saturday.
Yeah, if they could put Jeff Saturday in.
Right?
I could be an assistant coach right here, man.
Hey, you know what?
He won.
That's crazy. He won.
But that was against the Raiders, one of the worst teams in the NFL. So I don't think the rest is gonna bode well.
I just put the nail in the coffin for the Raiders.
Well, I believe. Who was it? Oh, never mind. I'll leave that for later. Since we're on MVS still.
Well, now I'm done on MVS. Well, you want to talk about Tony collecting his very first Kansas City Chiefs touchdown?
Yeah, that did not take long at all, did it?
Not at all.
I mean,
dude, I knew that guy was going to be good, and I tried telling my wife, and she's like, "Yeah, right. Why are they going to get rid of him?" I'm like, she goes, "He's hurt." I'm like, I swear to I screenshotted when he said he wasn't hurt. He goes, "I'm not hurt." He goes, "I'm ready to play." And I'm like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Maybe he was.
I go a first round draft pick with a chip on his shoulder that's healthy. And then when I seen him hopping into the end zone on his hamstring,
Oh, dude, that was awesome.
that's why he did that, because he was hopping in on that hamstring.
Maybe he did it on. Maybe some of these players, and it's been proven they fake injury, just to get the fuck off the team and go somewhere else.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The thing is that he's been saying he's healthy. It was the Giants that have made him a healthy scratch. They're
Gotcha,
the ones that held him out, not him. He's been trying to get on the field.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh hell no. And then did you see how happy he is at Kansas City?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That,
Oh my
that
God,
interview,
from ear to
that
ear.
big smile that he had during the interviews. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, go
That's why
watch.
everybody's calling him the Joker.
Yeah, go watch the franchise this week. This past episode of the franchise on YouTube. They do a full on interview with him and talk to him and go through everything with him. It's awesome, and he's
All
so
right.
happy to be there talking to Andy and all that stuff. So
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Well,
Well,
you know that it's going to be a good thing when Patrick Mahomes comes down to meet you coming into Arrowhead the day that you
Yeah.
show up.
yeah,
So
Right?
that reminds me of what I was going to say. You pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
Listen here,
So-
Baldy.
So the Packers, I don't follow their organization closely. Trust me. Casey Michael probably know they let go of their 2021 draft pick, who's a receiver, also today or yesterday.
Really?
Did they?
Yeah, I don't know his name. I heard it. I was driving to my physical therapy appointment and heard it on Sirius XM. So, hey Chiefs, you want to get another first round pick
Right?
over there? You know?
Hey, knowing Brett Veach, he might kick the tires on that.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but it was their 2021 pick. They let go. I'll Google it while you guys go on the next conversation.
People are dropping first round picks like nobody's been. Look at the Chargers just dropped their first round pick from a few years ago, Jerry Tillery.
Yep. I was just reading that article just a little bit ago about that.
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted him. I'm a Golden Domer. I wanted him bad.
Yeah, I guess we were too far down that waiver wire, but yeah, did you see where he ended up in?
Yes.
I love the analogy of that. He went from a bad AFC West team to the worst AFC team.
Oh, it's shit. Damn it, Amari Rogers.
Oh yeah, Amari Rogers. They got rid of him?
They dumped him today.
Really?
Wow.
No, 85th overall pick in 2021.
Oh, so he was a second round pick.
Yeah, second. Sorry, I thought it was first,
Okay.
but either way,
He has been one of the biggest production players out of Green Bay. Why would they want to drop him?
They said because he's dropped too many passes.
I think that's why they got rid of MVS too.
Could be.
Unfortunately, I heard some rumblings from Green Bay fans.
Oh, actually, he's a third rounder.
Yeah, huh?
My bad.
85?
Yeah. 72, yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I just throw that out there. And there's also a rumor they're still talking about Odell Beckham. I don't think we need Odell Beckham. I think he's probably a head case and thinks he's better than everybody else.
I don't think he is. I don't think he's a head case.
No, I don't know. I'm just hypothesizing.
In my opinion, I don't think he was a head case because he wasn't really that bad in Cleveland until they fucked with him and they were doing a whole bunch of stupid shit. And he was good in LA. And I mean, yeah, he did some weird and meltdowny stuff in New York, but I think he was just young back then.
Hey,
I think if we took him on a vet deal for the rest of the year into the playoffs, I think Veach would jump on it if he did it. Can you imagine? Especially you don't know what's going on with Juju.
Yeah, and
they say he's good, but you don't ever know if anything's lingering.
Yeah.
And you never know if Juju ever goes out again. If you get Odell, Odell only played on $1.25 million last year, right?
Yeah, and he's looking for a Super Bowl contender. The top four: Philly, Dallas, Chiefs, and Bills is what I read the other day. So
the Bills got room for him.
I don't know. I don't know how much room we have. I mean, I know we have a couple. I know we have $1 million or $2 million or something like that.
Don't we have like 3.5 mil to work with here?
Well, didn't we use some of that on Tony?
On Tony, it wasn't much because he's still on a rookie contract, isn't he?
No, yeah, we paid next to nothing for Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then we got 2.5.
Oh, wait, we didn't pay anything for Tony.
Well, we got to
We
pay
just
him.
gave the 3rd and the 6th.
Well, I said we got to pay him a salary of some sort.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
But
I don't know.
anyway,
Brett Veach will figure it out.
so since we're talking about receivers, there, Golden Jay.
Yeah.
How pissed were you yesterday? Now.
Yesterday.
Or sorry, Sunday.
I was sleepy. yesterday. I had
Everything's
the
a
Monday
blur.
blahs.
So the hit on Juju, right?
Yep. Let's talk about that hit on Juju.
Was obvious head, to the head. It was obvious. It was obvious to the person who threw the flag.
I'll be back. I'm getting my charger.
All right.
Keep going.
But it wasn't. Somehow they immediately picked up the flag, and on the Arrowhead jumbotrons, they did nothing. And Chico can attest to this. But play that clip for a minute straight, basically stop, start.
The entire crowd just screaming.
Yeah.
At the top of their lungs.
I think we went through 2 or 3 different chants. Bullshit, 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 bullshit was the first one.
Refs suck, refs suck.
And then just a bunch of booing.
Uh-huh.
So what I wanted to make a comparison to, and I didn't watch all of the games because obviously, getting back to the house and all that, the Airbnb. But on the Sunday night game,
watch that Power and Light, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Watching Herbert, be a running back as he's running. The one guy is tackling him. The other guy inadvertently, whatever you want to call it, he hits him in the head. So
he was a runner at that point too.
Yeah. So, he twisted his body. I was getting hit, and to me, it looked kind of incidental. Yeah, fine. Give him a 15-yard penalty and move on. No, 15-yard penalty and the ejection. But they do nothing on Juju. They do nothing when he headhunted MVS. I mean,
same guy.
Yeah, Cisco, whatever. Cisco, whatever. I was so pissed. I'm like, come on. And this happened the Monday night game. They missed that, that face mask, pulling the guy down. He landed awkward on his shoulder. Now he's out for 2 to 4 weeks, I'm hearing. I mean, the refs this year are atrocious, just plain atrocious. And with that, it's yours.
My opinion was, and I watched it, when your TV speakers crack because of the sound of the helmet on helmet, I can only imagine what it sounded like in the stadium when Cisco hit Juju. To me, that was a malicious, the way that he came into it. It was very malicious. It was very, it was definitely a defenseless receiver coming, going down there. I am surprised that they picked the flag up. I was pissed. I was more pissed when he did the exact same thing to MVS, almost identical in the way that he hit him, lowering his shoulder down and just cracking. And once again, MVS, even more of a defenseless receiver than Juju was. I mean, at least Juju had kind of gotten his head around. I don't think MVS did at all.
No.
Well, no, Cisco launched at him. He left his feet and launched at him.
At MVS?
Yes. Yeah. When he hit Juju, if you see the replay, you can see him in the background eyeing up the hit. He knew if Juju caught it or if Juju didn't catch it, he was going to hit him in the head. Right. And the thing that pissed me off is, how can you pick that up when you know it's a head contact? When you see Juju's hand sticking out from his body like this, you know it's a head.
Well, you heard what Andy Reid said, right? You heard what Andy Reid told the refs, did you? Or did you read it?
No, I did not.
He's like, shoulder-to-shoulder contact? Do you think my guy would be laying on the ground, passed out? No, it's a fucking head to the head. It's not a shoulder pad hit. He's like, shoulder pad hits, your player's not down on the ground for 3 minutes. And there was some other commentary he gave, but that just sticks out in my head what he told the refs during the game.
Well, let me read this to you real quick.
Romeo.
This is from where art thou, Romeo?
This ain't none of your Sweet 16 letters, are they?
What? Maybe this is actually this is an email.
Wait, Phil. This is his letters that he sent to Penthouse Forum when he was 15. Hold on.
Hey, I was
Just-
a pizza delivery boy, and it was a cold, snowy evening.
and the
And
school
she
bus
didn't have
broke
no
down.
money to pay for
And the school,
The school bus broke down.
This
he
is
failed to mention. He failed to mention it was a short bus.
hey, don't make fun of the short bus. I had many adventures on the short bus. This is actually from from the coach. Rob. He sent us an email. It says, I want to voice my opinion on the officiating in the NFL. The no call that occurred on the hit of Juju by one Mr. Cisco was bullshit. It was clearly helmet to helmet on a defenseless player. Mr. Thug, as he will now be called, attempted the same type of hit on MVS just a couple of plays later. He should be penalized and removed from the game. My solution to the poor officiating is the official should be fined for poor calls. In the case of Mr. Thug, he needs to watch his back the next time we play the Jaguars. A very pissed off Chiefs fan, coach.
Oh yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Why are we not doing this? Why is this a thing that we are not doing, that these officials are not getting penalized for doing the proper job?
So the way they work officials is they're graded each game. Each game they get a grade. If they fall below a certain grade, then they're booted out. So they can call, and I'm just being facetious here, right? They can call 2 horrible games and then call 2 decent games, and they'll probably be fine. But I'm with you, or coach. Hey, you make an atrocious call or an atrocious non-call, fine them just like they do the players. If
the players make an atrocious hit,
yeah, do the same thing. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I think it's a wise thing that we just start making them accountable for what they're out there doing.
Or my other option that I was thinking about, anything that's, I'm going to go 2 ways here, right? One is PI.
Oh, sorry.
One is pass interference, and any penalty that is 15 yards personal foul is reviewable.
that can work.
Meaning it should have been a penalty. The flag was down. We can say review it. We agree with whoever threw that flag. Now the non-calls, I don't know about the non-calls, right? But at least anything that's 15 yards, personal foul, type stuff and PI should be reviewable. That's just my 2 cents.
I mean, somebody in New York is watching all of these games. They see a play happen. They say that needs to be reviewed.
Yeah, but I agree. But what happens is when they don't throw a flag, they can't inadvertently come back and give a flag.
Yeah, because that's got to be
now. I would say they can kick the player out. They should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, that was clear headhunting. Hey, you're not going to get a penalty yards, but we're going to kick them out.
Yeah, but you're on the sideline the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Can't New York call it up in less than 2 minutes? Is that what it is? Under 2 minutes? Is that if I've seen that where they can call a review from New York?
They've done it in seconds.
Yeah, if they're watching the game and they see it and they're like, "Hey, wait a second, we're calling that back. We're gonna make this call for you."
Yeah,
and that's
what pissed me off.
Touchdowns in a heartbeat.
Well, that's what pissed me off on the Sunday night game. Herbert, as a runner, gets hit in the head, and they eject the guy, give him 15 yards. A defenseless receiver's up in the air, gets knocked the fuck out. Nothing. Don't get it. Oh, you know why? He's a quarterback, but you know what? He's a friggin' runner, and it was inadvertent anyway. So New York made that call. The ref did not make the call to eject the defensive player. They were just going to mark 15 yards. So even New York's got their head up their ass, is what I'm saying.
Right on.
Ridiculous.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
But I'm all for fines, in short, and some type of replay.
Accountability.
Yeah, exactly. Accountability.
Yeah.
Because those calls can make such a if you go back and look at it, go back to that Carolina game. That guy was half a step outside the boundaries of the field. He wasn't even really on the field when he took off his helmet for that ref to call sportsman-like conduct after that guy just caught the winning touchdown to put his team ahead. He was out of the end zone to the back, almost completely out of the end zone, all excited, and he took it off, and all of a sudden they're going to throw a flag. Then it changed. That was a bad flag. I'm sorry. That was a bad flag.
Well,
and
I concur.
And it did have an effect on the game.
Well, just like last night's game, the non-call on that horrible face mask, I mean, they just let it go. I mean, how can you miss that? And the replay shows the back judge is right there.
Looking right at it?
Yeah. I don't get it. I mean,
that was the Philadelphia game last night?
Yeah.
Seriously, man, I had the Monday blahs, man. I went to bed and I missed the whole thing.
So, I have a conspiracy theory on all this, but, that's maybe another show. But who's doing a lot of the commercial ads and sponsoring the NFL right now? And I'm going to tell you what I did last night. Philadelphia against Washington. Casey, Mike?
What?
I took Washington for $50 on the money line. You know why?
Why?
Because everyone was on Philly or the plus or minus 13 points. What's happening is I noticed a small pattern on these big games where all the money's swinging one way. Guess what happens in the end? Vegas rakes it in. You got
like they used to do with boxing.
Yeah, I mean, you got BetMGM, you got DraftKings, you got all these people running ads during football games inside of the stadium. You see it running around the banners.
Our own players are doing it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, a factor or not. I can't prove a damn thing. I'm just saying a hypothesis,
Never know.
Well,
stranger things have happened.
Yeah, it's happened. Well, it's happened in the NBA. It's happened in college football. I mean, college basketball. There's a couple Netflix on it. I mean, it's just really weird that these refs are that bad this year. I mean, I don't know what it is.
And it's like blatant, like crazy, like the you go back to the
New Orleans game.
The quarterback sack. And
don't bring that up again. It brings tears to my eyes.
So it's it's craziness. Yeah, like you said, this year has been like really nuts.
And I'm not just talking Chiefs. I watched all games.
Football in general. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That wasn't the Brady game against the Panthers where the guy rolled Brady over on top of him and they said he roughed him.
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous.
But then they'll let other quarterbacks just get destroyed,
like Mahomes.
Didn't want to throw that elephant out there, but
I'll throw it out there because I've seen it many a times. Where his face mask is over here.
Oh yeah, sideways.
But no penalty. Oh no, you didn't slap him in the head. You didn't face mask him. You didn't do any of that. I didn't see shit.
Or was it the Titans game where the defender grabbed him after the whistle had blown, he slammed him on the ground?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's horrible.
But, hey, you know what? The one thing that I give Pat respect about is he just says, we got to play our game. And he goes, and then we just got to do our work. And see, it's like, you never hear him complain about shit like that.
And that's the difference in the good teams and the bad teams, right? You're going to get bad calls against you. Either your defense needs to step up, or when your offense gets back on the field, they need to step up, or both of them. Some teams can't recover from a bad call, when it's late in the game or, whatever. So, and I give kudos to our defense yet again. It seems like they're playing like shit for a quarter and then they just, bam, they're on it, and I'm good with that.
That bender don't break crap.
Yeah. And, as you mentioned earlier, Casey, Mike, getting all these defensive players back that are fresh, invigorated, I believe, and don't quote me on this, we always say that.
Please don't quote us on anything.
Yeah. These are our opinions, but I think we have one of the easier schedules going forward at this point in the season. But if you looked at it at the beginning of the season, the second half would have been one of the strongest. But since those teams are playing like shit, it's now one of the easiest schedules. So
hey, nothing's a given. Nothing's a
no,
given,
look at
especially in football.
the Indy game.
Anything can happen. I mean, I'm sure you guys remember when the Packers were supposed to go 17-0 and win the Super Bowl and everything, and we roll into Green Bay with Romeo Crennel, and we whoop up on them, and it's like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing about football. It's not like baseball. You have to have good pitching and good hitters. Then, man, you can have a subpar team, a decent team, because everybody gets paid in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're all professionals, and they're all good draft picks at one time. But it just takes a team to have a good day and for you to have a ball not bounce your way, and you can lose to somebody that you had no right to. I mean, we had honestly no right losing to Indy. We honestly had no right losing to the Bills. But, it's like, it's football, and that's any given Sunday. Any given Sunday. That's the best part about it. I mean, I don't want it to be any given Sunday with our team, but, we've been there. I just talked about that helmet rule. Don't you guys remember when we were playing the Browns and
we were 9-0?
And Rudd took his helmet off on the field and slammed it.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to kick an extra field goal and we won the game.
Yeah.
You're never out. And, dude, that's the greatest thing about Pat is, back in the day, we used to be down 7 or 10, and I just go, oh, man, fuck. Now we get down 10 or 7, and I'm like, all right, when's the second or third quarter starting?
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, this engine's going to get revved up pretty soon. Y'all going to be mad.
Well, that's why I told Jeremy. It's kind of like we want to spot them points just so they don't feel bad for showing up.
it's like everybody's our little brother.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, yeah, here, let me spot you a couple of touchdowns because I'm just going to whip the piss out of you. And not that my heart is good for my heart when they do that kind of crap, but, hey.
All you need is 13 seconds, 3 timeouts, and Patrick fucking Mahomes. That's all you need.
Right? Right? Dude,
awesome.
It's amazing how lucky we got to have a person like that dropped in our lap. I mean, you look at all the quarterbacks that have come throughout the ages and stuff, and they're all great.
Hold on. No, they weren't.
No, not ours. Not ours.
I thought you were talking about ours. I'm like, no, they weren't.
No. I'm talking about Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Okay. Yeah.
They were good at this. They were good at that. But this kid is smart. He knows how to reach the people. He's a businessman. He knows how to talk to his players. Who the fuck builds their own training facility in Texas just to bring his wide receivers down there?
Yeah, I know, right?
He owns his own facility down there.
Yeah, he's a smart man. I give you that.
I knew I was going to be doing this a lot when I got drafted, so let me just buy my own jetliner service.
He must have taken some pointers from Sammy Hagar, I'm assuming.
Yeah. You know who I think he took a lot of pointers out of,
his dad.
And to no lie, is he took a whole bunch of pages out of Tom Brady's book. I think Pat took, and when I say that, I'm talking about as far as the business side of it, as far as business as in business, and also business as in the team business. Because if you ever look back in the thing, Tom Brady was never the highest paid quarterback ever. He restructured his contracts on a continuous basis.
Yep.
So Bill Belichick could buy more players. And like Pat said, if I take all the money, how are they supposed to build a team around me?
Yeah, he already did that this season again. So
the guy's like complete. We got so lucky having him and Travis.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Travis did the same thing, to free up the money, that $3.3 million or whatever.
Oh yeah. Dude, Travis is gonna go down as one of the greatest all-time Chiefs ever.
The greatest tight end ever, hopefully.
Oh, most definitely the greatest tight end ever. But dude, he's first
outside
ballot.
outside of Jeremy, he'll be the best tight end.
But that's okay because Jeremy will be always the best wide receiver.
Oh, there we
No,
go.
that's Phil. He's the best wide receiver.
Oh my god.
He's also the best
Dude,
center.
Can you imagine that? I mean, we have 2 Hall of Famers on our team at the same time. First ballot Hall of Famers. We have 2 first ballot Hall of Famers playing together on our team right now.
I'll up you to 3.
I'm going to go with 3. If I'm thinking
Yep.
the same one you
Chris?
are.
Yep.
Chris,
No.
on the team right now,
Yeah, he's on the team.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
First ballot.
I think he might be the all-time. I think he's probably number 1 as a Hall of Famer on the Kansas City.
Yep.
Leaving Pat and Travis as 2 and 3. I love that look, man.
Yeah,
But Andy's not a player.
No, but
he
he's
said he was on the
Chiefs.
team.
He's on the Chiefs.
No, nice try.
No, you said
Nice
on
try.
the Chiefs. On the Chiefs.
Nice try.
I love that look, man. I love that.
He's like, what the hell are you guys talking about, man?
Yeah. Dude, I just ran the roster through my head like 4 times. I'm like, you dirty son of a bitch.
That squirrel is tired too right now, man.
Hey, I tell you what, man.
Look like this.
I know, right?
I tell you what,
He's got nubs now.
every time they show Andy Reid when he was in that punt, pass, and kick,
Oh my
tournament,
god.
where he's like the Jolly Green Giant next to these little, 2 feet people, and they're the same age.
The fact that they had to go into the Rams locker room and get him a Ram, that's an actual Rams jersey or
Really?
Rams uniform. Yeah.
Really?
He had to go, they had to go into the Rams locker room, and you can look it up, but I don't remember the guy's name, but they got an NFL player's uniform or jersey or whatever to bring it out to put it on him so he could do that pump, pass, or kick at the Coliseum.
That's insane. I mean, when you look at him,
that's a grown man's. Yeah, that's a grown man's jersey.
Every time I see that, I just crack up. Along with his commercial with Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's like, I'm going to get to the bottom to this. It's priceless, man.
All
And
right.
I think it's funny.
anyway.
That was that's his attitude all the time. People just don't see that, when they're doing the interviews and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
Pat says that he's funny like that all the time.
Oh, I can imagine.
So I had a question,
Go ahead.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Did we say our scores yet?
Nah, no, weird. This guy. We just dove right in with both feet, man.
Oh, who won this week?
I don't know. How do we do, Chico? He's gonna look it up.
So Chiefs said 31-3 Chiefs. I said 30-17 Chiefs. And the Emperor said 34-13 Chiefs.
I think Chico's got this one.
I got it missed it by 3 points.
All right. So we always do a score prediction of the game, and
Oh yeah, we're gonna put Mike in here too.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to
You gotta have Mike. Yeah.
I never do score predictions. Never, ever. Not one time in my life have I ever predicted the score of a Chiefs game.
Is that a superstition or?
Yeah, I guess. I've never done it. I've never bet on the Chiefs either.
See that I'll never do. I'll never bet. I never actually sink money and do.
The only thing I've done bet on the Chiefs as far as betting on the Chiefs is like the football pools that you do and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'll bet with my Chiefs, but other than that, I've never bet on my Chiefs
because that's just random.
I can't even do fantasy football because I would end up drafting like the 4th string cup holder to be on my team before I draft anybody else from some other shithole team. I would, yeah.
Same problem.
I'd end up drafting like butt kicker, jockstrap holder or something to be on my team before I drafted like the 1st round wide receiver.
Oh, that's great.
I'd be
Hey,
the worst fantasy football owner ever.
Hey, speaking of Butker, I want to put this out there. I want everybody to get off of his back. There's been a bunch of memes and all kinds of
Yeah.
bullshit. I mean, Harrison Butker is probably one of the best kickers in the NFL. He's had a couple misses. It happens. Guess what? It's fucking football. These guys who are jumping on and sending these memes out that we need to send him packing, that's bullshit. The guy just come off a horrific fucking ankle sprain that kept him out for what was that?
5 weeks.
4 or 5 games. Yeah.
But dude, how awesome was it that our safety?
Oh, I love it that Justin Reed can come
Yeah.
in and do that.
Dude,
and
that was just, I thought it was a gimmick. I didn't know that Bucker was hurt at first. I'm like, well, why is he kicking this? And then the announcer said, yeah, he's out of the game. I'm like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, because you were there for that game, so you didn't see it. I
No.
mean, as it happened. I mean, that was it was horrible. Harrison Butker is still 10 times better than any of the kickers Matt Amdola or well, the other guy didn't do too bad,
Right.
but
Dude, Amendola got us a penalty on a kickoff before the freaking clock expire. Who does that? I'll be honest, I've never seen that on a kickoff. That
No.
I when that happened, I'm like, what the hell's this guy doing? Why isn't he kicking the ball? The time is it's at 0. I have never seen that in any game I've watched. I'm sure it's happened, but
Yeah, he helped us lose that game.
yeah, I had never seen that ever happen. Have you guys?
Was that the Colts game?
Probably.
Was it?
Yeah, I was flabbergasted because I was like, really? A penalty on a kickoff because you didn't kick the ball? Seriously? Anyway,
My thing is
I love Bucker.
people that are angry about Bucker and kicking him out of town and all this kind
of. Where is he going?
I'll be right back. I need a beer. I'm out.
Oh.
Hey, I gotta have priorities.
Why don't you prioritize a fridge next to that fucking table?
Yeah,
I think I drink 4 beers in an hour.
Put a cooler in the room.
Yeah. Don't you have a nice Chiefs cooler?
Yeah.
Yes, I do, you bastard.
Oh yeah, there's the empties. That's we got priorities. We got priorities, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, what were you saying about Bucker? We don't need Phil for this.
My thing that pisses me off about Bucker is, he's missed some stuff and it's cost us, and they want to drive him out of town. But how many interceptions has Pat thrown that's cost us? How many times has Kelsey fumbled or dropped the pass that's cost us? How many times has Tyreek dropped the pass that's cost us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, even flip that around.
Like they want to hamstring Bucker, but how many games has he won for us?
Exactly.
How many? 3 58-yard field goals in a fucking row after our guys caused the penalty. And Bucker still nails it. 58. You know what I mean?
Oh, so, yeah. I agree with you 100%.
Trust me, my wife's on Bucker the worst more than anybody in this country.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. Yeah. She's all over Bucker. When he misses, her thing is, you've got one job to do. I'm like, girl, do you realize, there's a lot of people. The president's got one job to do too, and it ain't an easy job. I go, but I mean, he has the extra points are killing me though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's still coming off. He's coming off this injury. I mean, he's not. In my mind, he's still not 100%.
He's not 100%. He said he wasn't.
Yeah. So I mean, let's cut him some slack. Shit happens. It is what it is. He's still probably one of the best kickers to ever play in Kansas City.
Oh, no question.
I know we've had great
at the top 5 in the league right now.
Oh yeah, 100. Yep, for sure. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, as we progress through my list of shit that I've got written down here.
What the hell's left on it?
Let's talk about they flexed the Chargers game. Now we have talked about this. I think we talked about it last week. They have flexed the Chargers game. It is going to be Sunday night instead of what was it set for? Was it a 4:00 game?
Yeah,
No,
it was a
yeah.
3:25.
Well, depending on which time zone you're in, boys.
Yeah, it's a 1:00 game for me.
Right on. So yeah, they flexed it to Sunday night, which I love that I spend a ton of money on DirecTV Super Bowl or Sunday tickets so that they can keep flexing these games into prime time.
You and me both, Jeremy. I have yet to watch a game on NFL Sunday Ticket.
How much is that now?
I watch?
It's $60 a month for 6 months.
I think it's like $249 for the season, and I haven't used it.
I used it on Sunday. The Jacksonville game was actually not local, so
I used my NFL Sunday ticket on Sunday too, but that was a ticket to go into the game and watch it live.
So they flexed the game.
Casey, by the way, bastard.
Yeah, that was good. So they flexed the game. We lost Chico. He must have needed a beer too. Good Lord.
Hey, usually I don't go through 4 beers this fast, but Casey Mike's, I'm having a great time here, man. This one's for you since you can't drink. I'll have one for you.
I got me some KC pills going on here. Can't go wrong with Kansas City's very own Boulevard. I love the KC pills.
Boulevard's my favorite.
Hey, I tell you what, Jeremy, they should be coming out with the winter brew that comes in like a champagne bottle.
Really?
They do it spring and fall or whatever their schedule is, and they come in like, you pop it like you would a champagne.
Nice.
And it's usually really good. If I see it, I will pick them up.
All right, grab one while you're out there. Minnesota beats Buffalo in 2 weeks in a row now that the Bills have been on the L list.
But Josh Allen would never throw an interception at the end of the game, let alone in the end zone.
Yeah.
That was the
Did I get that right?
Was the most amazing. That was the most amazing pick I've ever seen because it wasn't even contested. He threw it right to the Minnesota guy.
Yeah, the guy in the radio was like, I don't know what he was looking at.
He threw 2 in the end zone.
Yeah, in that game,
he threw 2 picks in the end zone.
Yeah, so I called Jeremy as I was driving from the stadium back to my Airbnb. He's like, dude, are you listening to, or did you hear about the Buffalo and shit? Just lost the other team.
Minnesota.
Thank you. I was like, yeah, I heard that they were down by 3 or up by 3. He's like, no, they're up. I'm like, yes. And then I hung up and listened to the rest of the game in the driveway of the Airbnb. I'll be honest, I did not leave the vehicle until that game was over.
Yeah, that was a great ending to a game, especially if you're a Chiefs fan and how much we just don't like the Bills these days. It's become quite the rivalry, I think.
Well,
but yeah, it was great I know that last week when we were there for the Titans game and we were walking into the pro shop and the Jets had just beat the Bills, and when we're all high-fiving people we don't even know walking into the pro shop, it was amazing. So, look, he went and got the sign. He went and got the whiteboard. That's what he got.
So 2 good things happened this week, in my opinion. Philly lost. They were due. And the Bills lost. And the reason why I'm happy about it is I'm so freaking tired of hearing everything of how great the Bills are and how great Philly is. That's all they talk about. The rest of the NFL doesn't exist, when you're talking to these analysts and everybody else. And guess what now? Oh, the Bills are now third in the division. I'm like, yeah, it happens. Stop talking them up so much. I mean, it drives me insane. All they talk about Buffalo, Philly, and
that's why I don't mind when they don't talk up the Chiefs or when they put us down in the power rankings. I like it.
Yeah, because it pisses us off, I think.
I like being down there because I like when they second get and then all those guys in the locker room, they hear all the noise.
Oh yeah.
And Pat's taking notes.
Yeah.
And every one of his trainers even says he takes notes. you know, and
that one guy on GMA I think he is definitely a closet Chiefs fan. I just can't remember his name. I don't watch it that often.
Traeger,
Yeah, he's kind of
Peter Traeger.
yeah, because he's always Chiefs, and everyone else is like, "Why you always?" You know.
Well, that's because Kyle Brandt's a Buffalo Bills guy.
Yeah, see, I don't watch it that often. I usually watch it like towards the beginning of the season just to get a vibe for what they're thinking. And but yeah, he always comes out and goes, Chiefs. I'm like, I like this guy.
Yeah,
So,
my wife puts it on every morning before she gets ready for work.
yeah, I record it. I mean, I probably have 10 recordings upstairs, but I don't have time to watch it, and I've already seen the game happen, so I'm done.
You can
But
always
yeah.
catch the replay.
But Jeremy, thanks for letting me know about that game so I
Hey.
can enjoy it in the car, not knowing that this was, going to be a prolific game of that nature.
Yeah.
Dude, both of them, even the Broncos game came down to the wire.
Who?
The Broncos game actually came down to the wire.
Who are they? I'm being
Yeah,
funny.
right?
I'm being funny.
I thought it was going to be a blowout, and it actually got kind of because see, I'm over here on the West Coast, so I had the Broncos game, and everybody. So I have my daughter that lives in Maine, and all my friends and my Chiefs people, and like, oh my God, are you watching? No, I got the stupid ass Broncos on TV.
Well, you can spend $250 to not use a service that we have.
Yeah, negative. Hey, no, I do my Dofu, the Dofu streaming, and then other than that, I'll find a way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they were gonna open that up next year.
Yeah, it's all changing next year. No one's come out with what they're doing. This is the last year, to my knowledge, of the DirecTV deal.
Yep.
I've heard people talking about doing a la carte, meaning you can just pick a game and watch it and pay for it, or season pass. I've heard different ways that they're going to divvy this out instead of letting one company own it as an enterprise.
When I got Sunday Ticket, you had to buy the dish from Circuit City, and you.
I remember all that shit.
Remember that? And then
yeah.
you had to have somebody turn it.
Yeah,
you still do. You still do. You still got to get somebody to come in with their little dial and get it dialed in the right spot.
I was too cheap to do it. I did it myself.
I did it I did it myself like 20 something years ago, and it was like And then after that, I had it for a while, and then I was like, no, I kind of gave it up.
All right. Well, all right, Chief. I'm going to go 34-31 Kansas City over the Chargers. I think it's going to be another close game. But I do believe we're going to beat them in the end. So,
all right. I'm going to go much different than you. I'm going to
go totally opposite.
I'm going to go 41-21.
I thought you were going to go 7 there for a minute.
No, I had to think about it. And Chico?
He is going 28-17. There you go.
28-17.
He's going to keep it close too, somewhat.
I'm going to go not enough to too many Chiefs.
I like that answer.
I like that when the Raiders and the Chargers come in, they play hard against the Chiefs because they know that that's the standard. That's their Super Bowl, because obviously they're not even going to get in the playoffs this year because they're just going to start sucking the hind tit, and Chargers are just keep falling down. But that's why I picked such a close score.
All right. I think that we got the Bills down now. I mean, not the Bills. Damn it! You got Bills on my brain.
Did you see the blank look on my face, Lamar? I just totally lost what you were saying.
The Chargers. I think we.
If you look for the post, I looked a lot like a homeless guy from Cleveland. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that big dumpster fire out there in Cleveland. But yeah, I think we got their number. I think we got them figured out. I think the rest of the league's figured them out.
I think they're scrambling and they're worrying. I think that's why they're breaking Mike Williams back and Keenan Allen back so early.
Yeah.
I don't know if both those guys are 100%.
Well, they got to try to do something because they lose this game. That's going to put them, way down in the.
As long as we smash Austin Eckler, I'll be happy.
There you go. Yep. I'd be down for that.
But that's why I think it's going to be, a higher Chiefs score, to be honest, because our defense has stepped it up. We were missing key players on that game as well. They're back, and that's why I'm going with a higher score. I know they're going to score, but we're going to, almost double their output.
We're a way different team than we were in week 2.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm just saying that's my logic and my score.
Down with it. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
All right, so a couple more things here, gentlemen. I want to pass on our best wishes to a friend of the show. You guys remember Brandon Taylor. His wife is just getting home from the hospital. We want to wish her a speedy recovery. We are keeping up with everything going on, so hopefully she gets better soon. I'm happy she's finally home. She's been in the hospital for a few weeks now, so I'm happy she's home. So Brandon, thank you for being a listener, and let's let you know that we're thinking of you, buddy, and we hope that your family gets well soon.
Yeah, best wishes.
That's
recovery.
Mike, I wanted to touch on some of the things that you do real quick before we I know you do a lot of we talked about some of the charity work that you do, getting fans into Arrowhead. Would you like to touch on some of that before we get out of here tonight?
We have a couple of charities. My biggest charity that my friend he helps with is Hope Kids at KC. And in fact, we're having a big charity and raffle and everything next weekend for the Rams game. And we're raffling off a whole bunch. I'm trying to donate about 10 signed jerseys. So, and there's going to be a lot more stuff. We try to do a lot of kids mainly. We try to get them to games. We try to just have a good time with everybody. And I like to travel around and try to help different chapters with their charities and raise money with different chapters. So that's why I told you, I got the Nomad on the back of my jersey.
Right.
I like it.
So it's fun. And the people that are giving and the people that do this, like the Hope Kids, they bring a lot of smiles to a lot of people's faces. A lot.
Very nice.
That's awesome, dude. That's great stuff you're doing right there.
Are you just doing off of Facebook, or do you got a website, or
as far as the charity?
Yeah, or the raffle. If anyone wants to find it to donate or to give money, or say, hey, my kid has XYZ, I'd love to get him to a game. How do they get a hold of you or the organization?
You can whatever. Actually, I don't know if they're in every city, but most major cities have a Hope Kids, and you can Google it and go on their site. As far as Kansas City in our area, if you go on Facebook and you find like Jeff Christensen and Hope Kids and stuff like that, then that's where we usually post our get-togethers, our tailgates, our fundraisers. But this one coming up is really exciting because we're actually competing against 4 other fan bases. Minnesota, the Broncos, I believe the Rams, and I believe the Cowboys. And basically it's all bragging rights, but you pick a game out of the year and that weekend you raise as much money as you can. And, you got to be kind of forthright about it and be honest about it. But Denver got us last year. We had it the year before, but Denver got it. They raised more money than we did last year. So this year we're taking our title back.
So all the raffles, are they done online or in person?
No, they're actually going to be at the Easy Inn. That's our main Chiefs get together bar in Kansas City. That's owned by Blake and John Stoner. John and Blake, they're 2 guys that are really, really cool.
Yeah, I missed you at that. I think you were there, and I was gonna go, but the wife said she was tired, and we wound up going to the hotel.
we have that get together all the time at that place. We always meet up there before a Chiefs game, the Saturday night before, just
Okay.
so people can meet each other and get together and, just make connections.
So if there's anything
Um,
like let's say I wanted to donate something, if I went in on there on Saturday and say here's a donation for a raffle, they would do it.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
You can donate, or you can just do a donation, or you can be part of the raffle. Saturday we're doing food and drinks and stuff like that. That'll be all put back to the kids. So yeah, it's and these are really cool things because a lot of the events and stuff that they do for these kids are kids that are going through like illnesses and
Right.
kids with compromised immune systems and
Mm,
things like that. And then we have the charities work together too, because we've also taken kids to the games with
nice.
charities before. And I know I have a really good friend, Cheryl Jensen, that does Super Kids at KC, and they put on tailgates for the kids and they take them to the games, and we donate our tickets and they'll trade the tickets in so they can take whole families and stuff like that.
Nice.
So there's some great people in Kansas City. I'm just lucky enough to be able to help them do the great things that they do.
Nice. Very
Awesome.
nice.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I might have something if I can make it over there in time to drop off for a raffle, is what I'm thinking.
Awesome. Dude, like I said, we'll take anything. I'm getting stuff from everywhere. My goal this year is sign jerseys. So my original goal is I'm gonna get a couple. So I got a few, and then it was 10. So now my goal is 15 signed jerseys for this raffle.
By
and I've
this
got
weekend?
for next weekend, the Rams game.
Oh yeah, next weekend. That's right. Yeah.
Yep. And
Okay.
I've got Christian Okoye. I've gotten
Nigerian Nightmare.
Ladarius Sneed. I got Clyde. I even got a Tyreek in there. I know some people still love Tyreek. It's a Chiefs Tyreek jersey, but it is for charity.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Frank Clark. I got a Dante Halls. And this is all going up for raffle. And I might have a Trent McDuffie. So
you might have
I'm trying to get 15 signed jerseys to be raffled next weekend.
You might have a Rojo one.
I will take all. I'll take everything, dude. I will take anything that brings in money for these kids. I'll take.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Great cause.
It's fun, and the cool thing is Jeff and Cheryl, they work together, and they put a lot of smiles on a lot of kids' faces. That's one thing I'm really lucky is I have a lot of friends in Kansas City that are so giving. It's like unreal. You hear about Midwestern hospitality. It's like the most real thing you've ever.
Yeah.
It's real. People say it, but it's absolutely real. You roll into that place and everybody will do everything for you. And I love that city.
Yeah, I'll send you just for anyone that's listening or whatever. We can I'll send something via messenger to you, and I'll throw it on the Indiana Chiefs fans page, just for awareness, so that they don't have to go searching for.
You know what? Okay, yeah.
Because if I can just, I can just do, or you can share it there, whatever way it works out best.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Well, Mike, one thing we like to do towards the end of the Indiana Chiefs fan podcast is we like to do the to-do list. So, Chief, what do you got this week for the to-do list?
Not to get in trouble tailgating again. No, I'm just kidding. I did nothing wrong at all. But
I was there. He did nothing wrong at all. So here we go.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like get something ready for this charity raffle. Is probably what's on my mind now. So that'll be my homework to support that raffle.
Nice.
How about you, Chico?
Mine's gonna go a little bit away from that. I just need to get some stuff done around the house. That's most important. Being gone the last couple of weekends, we have a wedding coming up this weekend. I need to get some stuff done. So my to-do list is just put my head down to the grindstone and do it.
Hey, Chico, it'll be there next weekend. Don't worry about it.
I don't want it to be there. That's Thanksgiving, man. There's too much stuff going on.
My to-do list this week is go check out this week's episode of Golden Image Podcast. We actually interviewed Mike and Bonnie Triplett from Monticello and the Lighthouse Lodge Bed and Breakfast. What an amazing couple that and all the things that they do down there on Lake Schaefer. It's a place to go check out to book your wedding, reunion, Thanksgiving, whatever you want to do. They can accommodate you. They have a pretty good sized facility, and if you hear all about it on Golden Image Podcast, so go check it out. That's my to-do list.
Short episode too, so
it was only about a half an hour, unlike this one, which is
2 hours.
2 hours. That's all good. Mike, I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come and hang out with us here on Indiana Chiefs Fans. It is an honor to meet you, and good luck on everything you're doing. I hope you can get it. I hope you can get those 15 jerseys. And as soon as I get back out there and you're there, we'll make sure we hook up while we're hanging out in Kansas City, and hopefully maybe next year we can get out to a game out there in your neck of the woods.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Well, you said you never done a podcast before, right? What'd you think? I mean, this is just hanging out, talking to buddies, pretty much.
It was an absolute blast. That's the best part of it. And you get a little, get some laughs in, get some football in.
Yes, right. I love
it. So we know your homework is to get those 15 jerseys. So I don't think we're going to ask what your homework is. So
I didn't want to throw them on the spot with a to-do list.
No, I already knew what it was.
Yeah, my to-do list is doctor visits and jerseys.
There you go.
Well, I hope everything gets better, and we want to party with you. Maybe by playoffs, maybe you can make it out. I don't know, but worst case next year, and I don't think you'll be a stranger on this show. We want to bring others back on that we've had on before as well. But I had a great night with you. It was really
absolutely.
Cool. Yes, for sure. Yes, thank you so much. All right, Chico, you got those socials for me?
Oh, always do. Everybody, thank you for listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/inchiefsfanspod. And if you have made a trip out to Kansas City this year, you want to tell us your favorite memory of going out to Kansas City, or just your favorite memory of the Chiefs in general, you can send us an email to inchiefsfanspodcast@gmail.com. And you can check out any of the other podcasts under the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts, whether that be Golden Image Podcast at facebook.com/Golden Image Podcast, the Call Guys Podcast at facebook.com/The Call Guys Pod, the Murdnerds Podcast at facebook.com/Murdnerds, and the United States of Paranormal Podcast at facebook.com/United States of Paranormal. All of those podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts.
I'm very proud of my network of podcasts. I'm working hard out here trying to get
too many of them.
Well, new one. The Court of Books and Booze coming sometime at the beginning of the year. So we're looking forward to that. Should be a good time.
I'll take the booze.
Nobody leave the book behind.
I'll fall asleep.
Well, once again, gentlemen, thank you for giving up your evening to hang out here with me at the Indiana Chiefs Fan Podcast. It's been a fun time. Mike, thank you so much again. Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Mike.
Thank you guys for having me. It was a blast.
Yeah.
Did I get it all covered tonight there, Chief?
Oh, yeah. I think it was great. It was a really good episode.
We had a lot going on.
Yeah.
All right. So from our little slice of Chiefs Kingdom right here in the great state of Indiana, I only got one question to ask. How about those Chiefs? Later.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh, awesome.